And the traumas, I call it, for me, I call it, I was not able to take care of myself.
Yeah,
Yes. Exactly.
I was about to I think we've had a good picture of you growing up.
Yeah.
And now you've become a young adult.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you have to face life.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So where did you begin? Because you were in Ukambani.
Yes.
You've started going to this church, which is in a more modern area.
Yes.
You've
Yeah.
started interacting with a wider community,
Yes.
which would be familiar because your base or young years,
Yeah.
you were interacting with a wide community, right?
Yeah.
How did you navigate adulthood, young adulthood?
Okay, so let's move from primary to secondary.
Yeah.
So we do our KCPE. Don't ask me that. I'm very bad in terms of
The
remembering. I think once I'm done with something, it's not helping me today, done, move forward. Yeah.
Right.
So we sat down, we sat for our KCSE and I did well, but not how I wanted to do. I was actually, in terms of, I can't even remember, the marks were not bad, but in terms of our class, I was number 3. I was very disappointed by that. But again, later on after a few months, actually it's a classmate who reminded me. It's like, no. The guys, the number 1 and 2, they actually repeated. So in reality, in our class, you are the number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, it comforted me a bit. Yeah, but still, they're human like me.
Yes.
But anyway, so we did well and between one of my uncles and my auntie, actually it started, I think it's my auntie first, I'm trying to remember, who took care of it was my uncle actually.
Yeah.
So I was called for us by a good school, I can't remember the name in Makueni, but my uncle who volunteered to pay my school fees felt like it was far. And they looked for a school with around Machakos.
Yeah.
So he lived, my uncle lived in Athi River.
Right.
He was one of the senior managers at the Portland Summit.
Yeah.
And this is one of the uncles I used to visit because this guy used to live the life. I always thought this is the life to live because very good house, driver. He has a driver, house help.
Yeah.
No, everything. What I want.
Yeah.
So I used to like visiting him. So he volunteered to pay my school fees. So, and the school he got the famous and not in a good way, Changuli High School.
Right.
Then used to be called Changuli Boys and something. I think they changed the name after the incident. Why it was famous, if you remember very well, the school was banned and there were so many kids who were banned. But at that time I'd already left the school.
Right.
So year 1 did well. High school, new place, education has become harder. It's not as what we used to encounter in primary.
Yeah.
We get to year 2. Actually, in year 2, we had our first strike in school.
Oh.
And we were chased. And at that time, I can't remember, my uncle was not able to pay my school fees. Yeah, I think he had resigned and also he had started having health issues.
Yeah.
And so my mom was, at this time, my mom was married and started a family,
right.
A big family by the way,
right.
A big family.
Okay.
And my stepdad, who I respect so much, and even called him dad, I call him dad till today, because he accepted my mom with the other siblings, the others. It accepted my mom as who she was. And that alone, just I gave respect to him just for that. And for sure, and I could see that he did love us. And he did little things that showed love. And I remember when we were chased away from school after the strike, we were told to go back with our parents, and we went with him. But for me, I had a problem. I had arrears. Yeah. And so the reason why even he came, he had to speak to them. It's because of school fees. He was asking them to give us time. I don't know what he was going to do to pay the school fees, because I knew he couldn't afford. And the school said no. And when we walked, I told Dad. He's like, he told me, no, when we're walking to get into a matatu, he told me, no, don't worry, Greg, we'll figure out how you go back to school. I looked at him and told him, don't stress. Yeah. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah. As you said, we'll figure it out. But don't stress about the school fees. We came back to Nairobi. Yeah. And life started afresh.
Right.
Greg, who you're supposed to be in school, you're supposed to be studying, you've got no idea what's next.
Yeah.
Not only just what's next, I didn't know where my next meal will come from. Because at that point, also my grandmother's grown older, and actually she's kind of moved permanently now to the village. And I'm living with some of my uncles. Yeah, uncles. There are some of my uncles and aunties. And everybody's minding their business. Everybody is hustling for their own stomach.
Yeah.
They don't want to give a damn about Greg. Anyway, at that time, I'm 16, I'm 14, I'm a big boy, tall, I look big. Like, ataji sort.
Yeah.
So I started a lot of things. And I remember, actually, the first thing I remember, one of my neighbors, one day after schools were open, he saw me around and he asked me, Greg, what are you doing here at Kids? And then I had to tell him the truth. He was like, you know what? You know, you can actually register to be a private candidate. I was like, oh, I didn't know about it. I was like, okay. And then he used to work at KI. He's like, you know what? I will make arrangements for you to be coming to the library and study from there. I was like, good idea. Yeah. And I did. I started going, but after a week, I was like, this, what's this?
Yeah.
Yes. After studying, I don't know where my dinner will come from. Even where to sleep, I'm not very sure. You're not sure whether my uncle will come and be like, Greg, get out of our place, you know? So I had to start hustling. And the first place, if I'm not sure, actually at home, so we lived, most of you who have lived in this setup, we call it ploti. So ploti is the people who have hired even single rooms, and those single rooms actually, even big families used to live. Today I look at those single rooms, I wonder how a whole family lived in it. And others who could be able to pick two, and others will be a one bedroom. Ours, because, by the way, we lived, I always say, I lived poverty, but at the same note poverty. Because my grandmother and granddad were actually landlords. So we were living in their property.
Yes.
But at that time, now it's the kids have taken over. Yeah.
Right.
And we are not their priority.
Right.
Yeah. So one of the things I remember, so they used to be, in our plot, we used to have Somalis, Ethiopians, and guys who used to be drivers of number 9. And if you remember, number 9 was the matatu. These days, you know, Nganya. People talking about Nganya, but you know, it's the same thing the way we always say our music is better than today's music.
Yeah.
But then the matatu culture, that's when I think it all started. And the best matatu drivers used to live in our route. And there's a time.
So those would be the successful matatu drivers of
those
that
are
time.
At that time.
Yeah.
And so I remember one day I was just chilling and I talked to one of the driver. So they used to have a lady, the cleaning ladies, who comes in, washes their clothes, and then they leave. And one day I told the guy, I want you to give me this business. Now I want you to give me this job. I didn't know it was a business. For me, I just wanted whatever you're paying her, pay me.
Oh.
Yeah, because for me, I just needed the money.
Right.
So I didn't look at it as a business.
That's entrepreneurship. Born.
And guess what?
Yeah.
This guy, I think the first hard question I've ever been asked in business, it's him whoever asked me. He asked me, why change the lady and she does a good job?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, yes. I told her I have the solution. She washes and goes. You have to come after work, pick your clothes, iron them, or pick and then somebody else comes to iron.
Yeah.
So this is what I'll do. I will clean them, make sure they're picked from the line. If it rains, they're not rained on and everything, and iron them. And then you'll find them on your doorstep.
Okay. Wow.
And guess what he gave? That was my
gave
first.
You the
He
job.
gave me the job. And then I got
You became competitive.
I became competitive. Yeah.
Right.
Then after that, there's a time. Of course, I had a lot of time. There's one day. So my stepdad used to. They used to go to Masai Market and sell. So he used to do these kiondos. Those days used to be a good business when tourism was tourism. And then things started going down.
Right.
So they used to go sell stuff at Masai Market. And if you remember the one at Globe Cinema, that was the main one. That was the first original Masai Market before. Now, Masai Market is everywhere, in malls and everything. And one day I told him, you know what, I'll come and help you sell this, your things. And I was like, yeah, you come. So it used to be on Tuesday and Thursdays.
Yeah.
So the first Tuesday I went. And it was chaotic.
Right.
Oh my God. So I thought everybody has their stall or space.
Yes.
Customer comes, they like something, sell, and you move.
Yeah.
Then I remember the first, because I went there early. I remember the first, actually it was a group of tourists. The first thing I saw, so many people flocked and ran towards them.
Yeah.
And everybody's trying to sell. So I asked me, what's going on? It's like, yeah, that's how we sell.
Wow.
I was like, okay, fine. So I went, joined them, trying to listen to them, what they're doing. I was like, this is not my thing. After that day, I remember no, I said, let me try again on a Thursday.
Right.
Thursday, same thing.
Right.
My mind was like, this, I'm not
So they
kiosk.
compete
Yeah.
for the clients coming.
Oh, and guess what? We were competing. They are actually middlemen. What do you call them? Brokers.
Right.
It's not actually the owners of.
Right.
Guess what? The guy is selling but him will just stand at his. Yeah. If they like a kiondo, then that's when they'll bring. They even have the price, sell it at a higher price. They make the rest and they. Yeah. So So there was no. It was hard for. The owner of the goods to have an interaction and discuss with the customer, with the client.
It's already pre-negotiated.
Yes, yeah. Okay. And it was chaos for me. I was like, no, this is not for me. And I stopped. And then the next thing, so one day I was visiting a friend of mine in Kimathi. So and of course those days you have to wait for the newest actually. What's the newest Nganya? So the first one, it came, Corinne, good mix. Then I lighted in town, went to number 23, the ones for Kimathi, Outer Ring Kimathi. Got into it, the best matatu for that route. Guess what? We were playing the same mix. Right. I was listening to the other one. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Went, visited my friends, and went back home. In my neighborhood, there was a DJ. I went to my DJ, I asked him, can you record for me some music? He's like, yeah. How much? And then he gave me at a good price. And then he asked me what do you want, and I told him I wanted to sell it to matatus. Right. Then he told me, okay, if it's matatu, then you also have to buy a certain tape. So we used to call it Chrome, or it's called Chrome. So Chrome was like the HD 4K of recording music. It's clearer than just the normal one. And even guided me where to buy, and went and bought one tape, because it wasn't cheap. Can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't cheap. Went and gave it to him, and I told him, I gave him a guidance. And that DJ was, and I think I'll name him, because DJ, you might get gigs out of this. It's called DJ CD. DJ CD, I told him, I gave him my brief. I told him I want music, but I don't want music that's playing, the common music that's playing on radio. Right. Then there was no Kiss. Let's say Kiss, not the song that will be played 5 times in a day in Kiss. But let's say, for example, because then we had like rappers, we had Tupac. I told him, okay, Tupac, instead of recording California Love, is what we're well known, what other good music is within the album, and it's good when somebody listens like, oh, wow, okay, which was not commercialized. Yes. And Sid was like, I got you. And guess what? That's the music. When I'm practicing, I practice that music. Right. Like, there we go. Right. And the first record was actually there. He actually recorded good music I even didn't know. Wow. And I loved it. And so my first mixtape was done. Oh wow! Yeah. Then I went to number 9. The first number 9. When I asked the number 9s, they are not very keen in buying the tape. And then I crossed. So number 9 we use near Pangani Girls. Our bus stop was called Chai Road. So that's how that was the main bus stop. Right. So, but if you cross the other side and walk a few meters, you go to Thika Road. Right. So something hit me, was like, you know what? Then the best Nganyas now, when it comes to the smaller matatus Nissans, were number 44 for Zimmerman. Yes. So I was like, you know what? Let me cross to the other side. So I went, and the first matatu comes. The guy was like, no. Then another one came in. It was called Purple Rain. Then Purple Rain, I told them the Makanga. The Makanga was like, yeah, let's listen. So he went and gave him the tape, gave it to the driver. Driver immediately started playing it. And it's a few distance from Pangani to town. Right. Like within a few minutes you're there. I saw disappointment. I could see disappointment in the Makanga's face. Yeah. I was like, shit, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Right. So. And all this time you're experimenting. I'm experimenting. Yeah. It's the first time. So when I was ready to get the tape, and then now I'm in town. I can go now. I can go to 5-8. I can go to 2-3. I can go to Langata. Now in town, at least I have options. I have a selection. And then if nothing happens, I'll just walk home. And guess what? When I'm going to ask later, now I came to know it was called Onyi. We became good friends, the driver. Yeah. And Onyi, he asked me, that's your tape? I was like, yeah. Like, kuja pambele. Oh, VIP. VIP. Yeah, that was VIP. I was like, right. Hey, yeah. Sat, went all the way to Zimmerman, came back at Pangani. He asked the Makanga pay him how much. Yeah. He negotiated a bit, paid. Then I told him, no, I'm not alighting at Pangani. Yes. Went to town. Yeah. Bought 2 more. 2 or 3 tapes. Right. Bought.
So you now had a bit of capital.
I have capital now.
Yeah.
Went back, recorded, totally. So my idea was this: no mixtape can be same mixtape. If you listen, that time was Purple Rain, that Matatu.
Yeah.
That mix should.
It's just
It's just
Purple
Purple Rain.
Rains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to another Matatu, it's totally different. Yeah. That was my
Selling point as well.
Yeah. And went, did the same thing. But guess what? The first 3-4 Purple Rain bought all the tapes until at some point I think they were like, now we have enough mixtapes. Then I went, and then I became friends with all the 23s.
Wow.
And it was the cool Matatus,
Yes.
the cool Makangas,
Yeah.
the cool drivers.
Yeah.
And so I started selling. Then in 44, so in 44, because I used to dress, even when I was young, I used to really dress well. I used to dress to
Style
kill.
was your thing.
It was my thing.
Yeah.
And then I remember, so there's a time, one of the Makanga, when we got, so in Zimmerman, when you get to Zimmerman, during the day, the Matatu will go all the way to Githurai.
Yeah.
So there's something they call it squad. So they'll give what was squad from here to go the other side. So this guy can take a break, either go take tea or lunch, whatever.
Yeah.
So the guy who was supposed to take this squad was nowhere to be seen. So the Makanga was like, wait, Greg, because sometimes he has asked me, when I'm there, when the Matatu is full, I will stand. And you know Matatu, the bending. You remember how, I don't know, they were bending too. And then So...
I owned a Matatu at 19, so hey.
Oh, wow. At 19?
Yes.
Okay, we'll need your story also. You'll need to tell us your story.
Right.
Yeah. So he told me, like, what, Greg, you can do this. Go, come back.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's something I can do. We went. Guess what? I was just lucky. Going, I picked a lot of guys from Zimmerman to Githurai. And coming, the Matatu was full of all the way to Nairobi. Guess what, I get there, the guy looks at me and is like, no. And they let us
go back.
So the driver is the one who got. We went, and guess what, again in Nairobi.
Right.
When we got to Nairobi in the city center, same thing. It turns, I stop, immediately
everyone gets
in.
Wow. What would you call that?
So, wow. I'm one believer of something called luck. But again, luck, the only way luck happens is for the people who are ready.
Right.
All of us always lucky. If all of us opportunities always they're always there.
Right.
But who is ready is the one who will grab it and it will work for them when you're ready.
Right.
So for me, okay, so one thing that so later on I did ask like, at some point, because I did that for some time. And guess what? One day the Makanga told me, it's like, Greg, it's simple. At that time, we were like the 4th best Matatu. That Matatu. I'm calling it because I worked for it a bit. And he's like, guess what? Young man, handsome, dressing well.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You stop like this.
Everybody
looks,
wants association.
They're like, that one.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up. Yeah.
Right.
So in reality, I became a Makanga for some time.
Right.
And also drove Matatu for some time.
Oh, wow. You even became a driver.
I even became... so when I was really, when I was young in Nairobi, so... Actually, something I forgot to tell you. So in our family, most people thought I'd end up being a thug.
Yeah.
And why
what
am I
did you
saying
say?
this? Thug.
Okay.
And especially a thief.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And why? And I don't blame them. It was just the small things I was doing. And because I love good things.
Right.
So when I was in Juja Road, I used to walk. I never used to stay in Tani. I never used to stay with my guys.
Right.
And just talk, whatever they were doing.
Right.
So I wanted more. So I used to walk all the way to Sari.
Right.
I'll go to I'll go to city center, all those things. So
but that's living with a stigma in a sense.
So, but do you know, for me to be able to do that, I had to steal a bit of coins here and there from the household.
I see.
For me to be able to get lunch, sometimes to be able to get into a Matatu. If I don't be able to get Matatu, as long as I can eat or buy something wherever I am, I'm okay. I can walk. And so I used to do, and at some point, I think the family knew, it's Greg. Ukisikiati, nana alichukua shilingi 10 yangu.
It's
Greg,
him, yeah.
you know. So
you did not deny.
It became, no, at first, of course, I'll deny. And I know there was no evidence, and I used to be very good at it. And actually, the few times I was caught, they knew it was the stupid ones. Most of the time, they never used to know anything was lost. So I used to know where my grandmom used to keep cash.
The change.
And remember, she was a landlady.
Yeah.
So she had a lot of cash.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used to know where it was.
Yes.
And it was hard to get into it, but I knew how to do it.
Oh, wow.
And I think she never used to keep record. So she never used to count and never. So most of the time, she never knew that she was losing my cash.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But then again, right there we see the relationship of money.
Yes.
Because here she has money,
Yeah.
but you're struggling.
I'm struggling.
So will look into that.
Yeah. And I think without knowing, I was like, I'm not struggling and you have cash. No, I'll do.
You made a decision.
Yeah, I made a decision. Hey, you give me, all right, take it.
Well,
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the trauma is what I call it. For me, I call it was not able to take care of myself.
See your own, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I was about to say, because